Welcome back. My goodness gracious, we're back in the pale beyond. Holy moly. It's feeling good. It's feeling grand. It's feeling wonderful. There, let's move this camera just a little bit more that way. So, hopefully you guys are doing absolutely well and perfect. And you're having a wonderful weekend as we're jumping into more of the Pale Beyond. And I must say that this game is, a little bit different than something that I've played before. An adventure game like that I have not played too much with me. And of course, you know who, the Duck. Yeah, I've got all my friends on this side and I've got all my friends on this side. And we've been doing it up. Yes, we've been going out into this wonderful, ancient, wonderful water, and I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've got a feeling that we're probably all going to die, because the people that they picked, let's be honest, they weren't very good. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a break about 15 minutes in, because I got to give a call to the missus, I got to give a call to my good old girl to wake her up, because she's got finals today. Finals, you know how they are. They're not fun. Nobody likes finals. Nobody likes them. No, nobody likes them. Today, what do we got for the drink? We got one Coca-Cola, and because it's the weekend, we've got to back up. Don't ask why. Just go with it, okay? I like Coca-Cola Zero, maybe a little too much. So that's the gist. So in about 2 minutes, we got to make that phone call, and we'll give it a little bit of a pause break so you can use the bathroom or do what you have to do. Furthermore, jump into this little popsicle stick. I'm ready. I'm rocking. I'm ready to, have a good old time and stuff like that. So let's transition. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, we're here. Let's see what's going on. So we've got somebody knocking at the door in this part, and honestly, I'm a ghost because I'm not in the bed. And I can say come in, or who goes there, or wait. And, honestly, I'm pretty confident. So come on in. Come in. Goodness gracious. The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling his frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's navigator is different man to miss. Stature, reputation precede him. My goodness gracious. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I have no time for celebrities. It's an honor. I know little of this man. Let's just be honest. We're trying to keep as much friendliness as we can. So it's an honor. It's an honor, really. A wealth of invaluable experience in such a hostile environment. I wonder he's not been swept up to some other post. But invaluable experience. Goodness gracious. We have a photographer on some sort of survivalist mission. So, that in itself. Then we have an old man who's literally, completely white-haired, must be in his late 70s to mid-70s, okay? With his wife. Talk about invaluable experience. I'm not really shocked. At least this guy's a little bit younger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Are you always this early to rise? Do you need something of me, Kurt? No, I'm simply busy. Honestly, I am. I'm simply busy. I was doing things like sleeping. Kurt, hello? Of course, says Kurt. The role of first mate surely take up a great deal of your time. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. I've been busy myself. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. Good God, this man talks about himself more than he talks about anything else. And I'm supposed to care. I'm supposed to be like, oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, everybody loves you because you're a celebrity. Well, maybe I just don't care about him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't care. Maybe I'll tell him to go to hell. It's not often they work with a film star, is it? That's right, you're something of a celebrity, aren't you? Is that a brag? I think let's appeal to him. Let's appeal to his gigantic ego, because we're being nice, as we say. It's not often they work with a film star like you. Certainly, says Kurt. It's completely understandable on their part. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. Films? I mean, what the hell are we talking about? This is the 1800s. That ship is definitely not 1900s. It's definitely the 1800s. This man is what appears to be a person of darker stature, and he's talking about being in films. I mean, I think that this story must not be going by, because you know how racist they were back then. They didn't allow really that many people of all in films. But I've heard some films did allow people of different colors and different ethnicities. But because of racism, usually the parts that they had them in there, were like they're always the bad guy, or, this and that. And then later on, then they changed it up. But it is weird to me in what we've got here, because we've got a story with a boat that is obviously a boat from the 1800s, a person talking about being seen in the films in which this hasn't even happened yet. So I am so confused at the time of this whole thing, because this boat does not look like something that is later. I mean, think of the boats. Think of the boats that you think of in 1940s, all right? 1920s Hollywood. That's the beginning of the thing. This guy's talking about being some sort of celebrity. Celebrity? In the beginning? I just don't see it. I just don't. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? I'm certain you receive that praise of often. This crew don't seem to film going type. Is there any point to any of this grandstanding? I mean, seriously, think about it. When you think of classic films, how many people can you even think of that were of different... I mean, I honestly can't. And this guy is supposed to be some gigantic celebrity. There had to be, right? I mean, I guess I'm really gonna have to... I'm gonna have to get together and think of the people back then. But of early film, there is not any celebrity that comes to mind. There just isn't, of any regard. I mean, even this would be even before It's a Wonderful Life, and I just don't think that they had a lot of that. It was a lot of dancing and stuff like that, but yeah, this guy talks like he's almost from the 50s and stuff, and for surely we don't have the 50s look to this boat, do we? I mean, this to me looks not like the 50s. I'm certain you receive that praise often. This crew doesn't seem to film going time. Is there any point... I'm thinking that this... I don't know. I'm guessing let's appeal to him. Not as often as you would think. Ahem. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up deck. Does Hunt require my presence? Of course, but why? I'm busy, Kurt. You should be too. I guess, yeah, that's the question. Does Hunt require my presence? No. We've finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. It can wait. I have work to do. We'll be moving through the ice for a while. I'm not interested. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. What the heck? Let's just appeal to this guy, even though he has an ego that is huge. And I want to know, because I really do think that I'm kind of absent-minded when it comes to the very early part of Hollywood, of really notable actors. And to my regard, to my, small intellect of Hollywood, when I've seen any classical movies, all I see is just one group of people. I'd like to see or know of other actors at that time. I even kind of want to know because I don't know if you guys know this, but my girlfriend is Asian, of course, okay? And so having an Asian girlfriend, I also like, I've always liked, of course, Asian actors. I've got to know more and more Asian actors. I've got to know more and more Korean dramas, and you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't, but if you've ever seen a Korean drama, then you get intertwined. And then you start knowing things about Korean dramas and Korean actors and all this sort of thing. But from a perspective of American TV, I mean, God, if somebody asked me, like, how many Korean actors do you know? I'd be like, huh? And now, I've seen Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha and Business Proposal and, just different movies going on and on and on. Or like Friend Zone, which is a wonderful Thai film. Then you start to know more and more characters and different people like that. And you're like, oh, you start making connections. But from an American look of Hollywood, you don't know a lot of Korean actors. You don't even know a lot of Thai actors. I mean, if I ask somebody right now in America, in American cinema, I said, hey, name me some sort of Thai actor or name me a movie with Thai actors in it, they would just come out completely blank because you don't see that presence. Along with this person here, I mean, he's supposed to be some sort of notable person in cinema. I didn't even know of any people other than white people in cinema from what I had seen. It is interesting now that we have more and more diversity, and we're seeing it more and more of every film, and I think that there's a need for it, definitely. And then there's where people are just placing things in where they don't need to be. I like to see characters represent their country and their ethnicity in a great way. And I love it when I see that sort of thing. It's really nice. It's refreshing. And I guess now we'll see more and more of it. I mean, that was a long thing, but it's just interesting that the history of this is quite different than the history, I think, of what we live in and the reality. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. He says, oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day. Shahar. He leaves. Okay, he's left. So we've got something here. We can open the journal. It says, Runt leaves the expedition at Orca Island. The ship makes its last port on Orca Island. Cordell sledding dogs are picked up, and the scouting crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. And then we're on to week 2. So we can return here. We've got that whole thing. We can leave now. We've got this thing. We can pull over here, and we no longer see the white-haired purple. The white-haired person. Good God. Can't even talk today. Flip and flap out here. So we've got the captain at the helm. At the stern you notice an older sailor at the helm. Again, we've picked an entire group of elder people for a survivalist mission, which absolutely makes not a bit of sense. None of the characters in this whole thing make sense. First of all, the celebrities that are of a descent of darker skin that were considered a celebrity is not something that that is in history, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't know of anybody notable at this time. Alexa, stop. So guys, that is going to be the moment that I need to call my girl, so I'll be right back, all right? I'll be right back. We're going to be right back. You guys hold tune. Hold steadfast. All right. I'm back. All right, so we're back on the boat. Let's do this. Astern, you notice an older sailor now. Jesus of criminy. The old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfying exhale. Morning, Kurt, and a good morning to you. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, could be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad side. This is all feel. Just keeping her steady. He examines you. Surprised hunt picked from outside of the first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the insular type. I assure you, I'm more than qualified for the role. Would you prefer the role? You seem to have experience. Yeah, let's see. Let's put him on the spot. He's gonna put us on the hot spot. Yeah, do you want it, huh? Do you want it, little Lefty? Definitely not. This whole body can't take the pressures anymore. Then what the hell are you doing on a survivalist mission, Lefty? Like Jesus criminy. They picked literally the senior citizens living. No, don't say this. I'm not against anybody in the senior citizens living, okay? I'm not against anybody out there. I'm saying, in this circumstance, picking people that are approaching, an elder stature in survival mode that is being produced by a benefactor from people that have half their eyesight to then being actually the pilots or, in this position, turning the boat, doesn't make any sense. And we also apparently are in the 19th century, yet we're using photos from the 18th century. I'm a little bit confused on what flippin' flappers is going on, okay? It doesn't take 2 days in the early 1900s to develop pictures. So this is obviously the 1800s, but yet we seem to be in the celebrity status of the 1920s and 1930s, so it's all very confusing. Anyway, Lefty says, besides, I've worked on other ships. Others have worked with Hunt much longer. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. Good God, yes. You've got the experience, at least. Merchants, navies, quieter, though. Quieter. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. See, this is the whole thing. When they put diversity in games, that doesn't make any sense. This is one of them. This is one of them where you can see that they're taking diversity and they're including it in places that they should not include it in. It just doesn't make any sense. They're trying to create characters from every lot in a situation that doesn't call for it. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I see the direction. I understand the appeal. It doesn't make any sense, though. It just doesn't. Kurt, as you get older, I suppose you learn the value, the quiet moments, eh? Let us hope we're just as diligent when we're old and gray. Myself before you, of course. And see, this doesn't make any dang sense. Let's go to the captain's cabin, and in here, we don't appear to have anything that we can click. Let's pop on over here. We can go below deck. Of course, we have the above deck, but we have the doctor's office. The door to the doctor's office remains locked. Kurt, seems the good doctor isn't in, or perhaps enjoying his sleep. You are yet to come across the ship's doctor, even after all this time, which seems to be definitely problematic. Let's go down below stairs. We also have many of the crew are still fast asleep, laying in hammocks. Best not disturb them, Shaw. You don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly woken sailor. Okay, again, makes absolutely no sense. I'm the first, okay? The first shipmate. If anybody has the authority, it's me to wake up people at any time. This is what doesn't make any sense to these people on this boat. It's almost like somebody who doesn't understand like the leadership roles of a boat came in, and then you have the writers, and then you have the diversity people, and they all kind of like colluded in their own little groups, took their ideals, and then just threw it together, but didn't actually coordinate with each other. It's an odd situation. I find myself fighting with this story because it's a lot of weird characters all thrown together. When they said this was a weird lot, they meant it. This is a weird frickin' lot. That's for certain. Let us head up deck, for good God's sakes. Let's come on up here. Okay, so we have somebody right here. You note one of the science team returned to their room. Thank God. Let's talk to somebody. Miss Gloss. Okay, it's again another person. Did you have a good rest? She nods to you. Hello. Did not expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glossley. I believe I've met your husband. What has you up so early? Were you just above deck? Yeah, what has you up so early? I find it difficult to adjust to sleep on a moving vessel. Point exactly. They pick everybody that should be on the frickin' boat to be on the boat. I believe a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it'll take some more time. We're 2 weeks on the boat and this woman still has not been able to adjust. Believe me, it's not going to happen, guys. With that, Miss Gloss makes her way back to her cabin. Science team aren't used to the sea or the sailor folk. Dude, they've been on here for 2 or 3 weeks. This makes no sense, Kurt. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? No, it's just stupidity. Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over the time. Arr! Okay, we can go upstairs. The available crew. I say let's come on upstairs. Let's check out here. We've checked each different thing, so we're definitely in this cold. We're at -4C, which is weird because I wanted to say that we were at -10C before, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's check over here. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance break and the flows below you. The gripping, the railing. He draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath the rise as the ship mounts an impending ice flow. There's a moment of hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. Yes, that's interesting, Kurt. You weren't wrong. I assume you'd seen everything. It's just ice, Kurt. Don't get too excited. He is a little excited. You weren't wrong. Yes, let's go with him. You weren't wrong. Something, all right. Look at that ice. No two cracks are the same. All caused by us. Did you just want to show me the ice? For now, though, I need a navigator, not a poet. I would guess all caused by us. I mean, essentially it is, right? By the laws of nature, this place wants us dead. Again, top-notch people in top-notch shape, survivalists, military people, top people of professionals. They got the weirdest group to go on what appears to be a very, very dangerous mission. And yet, here we are. Here we are, amongst the sea, traversing in harmony. How fantastic is that? How far are we from land? I assume you'd seen everything. It's just the... how far are we from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for the daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on the course it's going to get thicker. He looks out across the white. We won't be confident when the lids dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. avoid the pack. I've informed the captain. I mean, that would be the first thing. Has he informed the captain? It's not my decision. We have enough supplies if it comes to that. I would say, have you informed the captain? We need to make sure that we're working together. He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. That's great. We've got people that are flipping retired on the frickin' boat who are talking to captains who won't listen because they apparently think they're too old. How the heck is this guy? Look at him. Okay, look at him. We have the captain who literally looks older than this guy. The captain won't listen to Kurt because he thinks he's dulled by retirement. Does anybody find all of this story a little bit crazy? I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. Okay, so now apparently he thinks that he's drank more than he has, even though the other guy's probably got 10 or 15 years on him. But, all right, it's not my decision. We have enough supplies if it comes to that. I'll hear no more of this. I'm going to say we have enough supplies if it comes to that. Let's keep a positive spin on it. It's not the supplies I'd be worried about in that situation. People will turn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced the long night winter? It's not pleasant, to say the least. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. There's a chain of command. This isn't one of your adventure serials, Kurt. I can't say that I have. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. Yeah, I mean, we will. We don't need to worry, okay? We don't. Ha! I can see why he hired you. You should understand, Robin. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. Jesus criminy. Talk about a negative nuisance. This man is the Murphy's Law of, Murphy's Law. I mean, cheer up then. That's the first mate. That's first mate shot. I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Yes. Kurt nods and turns back to look across the sea. Okay, so we're kind of going through this. It's getting icy with a -4. Let's look downstairs to see if there's anything. Nobody's outside their rooms at this point. Still nobody's woken up. Everybody's pretty silent still. Come on out here. Let's go to the captain's cabin. Let's let him know what's going on. There he is. Remember, this is the old guy that apparently found that the other guy had been dulled by retirement. Good God. A much older man thinking that the much younger man... I mean, think about it. This guy's white hair, the other guy, there's got to be 15, 20 years. This guy comes out, talks about it, but he's got a celebrity. He's got like that ego going for him. And that ego is making him kind of... And it's making people like the captain think that he's off of his Fruit Loops and doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. It's problematic, but if I was in that situation, I would still give the benefit of the doubt. Plus, this guy is supposed to be smart. He's not supposed to be a dumb captain. He's supposed to be somebody that adapts and is ready for this. But 1, we know he's not telling the truth. 2, we know there's something messed up with the benefactors. And 3, that Mr. Templeton guy is the first person we want to make walk the plank. That's what we know. Hunt. Oh, sure. Ready for another day of work? Did you hear about Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Indeed I am, Captain. Hopefully it's lighter than usual. Let's bring up Kurt's advice. It's beneficial to bring up advice even if we might not listen to it. We also have that. If we're going to be a first mate, we need to make sure that we're telling. He had a few words to share, that's for certain. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. So basically, he's basically thinking that the celebrity's sort of ego is taken over. And I get that. I understand his point a little bit better at this point. I understand it a little bit better. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed the line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Okay, so we've got Hammond. A short, sour-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. Angry engineer. Are ye acting daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Sure, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. And an opinionated one at that. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team, and we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this, sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks, and they're busy with... I know, I've already assigned Smurfs on a matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3? More, says Hammond. Open the crew manifest to choose how many sailors you wish to assign. So this ice is very important, and I'm guessing that the ice stopping the ship is problematic. I mean, that's huge. I think that the engineer has a point here. There's a lot of other tasks at hand, but if we get stuck in the ice, this whole thing goes to Burke. He needs more people. He needs as many as he can get. So we need to assign the crew. So looking at this, some choices require you to assign people from your manifest. In this choice, you may choose the amount to assign. Okay, I can't click each one of these things, but I can grab these people. So we've got John, 2 Johns. He's a sailor, he's saltborne. Got another saltborne, ice savvy, and ice savvy. So instantly, let's get the ice savvy people out there. So one right there, we've got that guy. We've got this guy right there. We've got Doug, who's also saltborne. And then I say that we got 2 Johns. Put all the people down there. And the reason why is because we get stuck in this ice. The engineer says that it's important. I gotta admit, this is one thing I realized. When an engineer says something, a lot of people don't listen. Okay? They just don't. Usually the people you should be listening to. So let's confirm those orders. Let's give him the people that he needs. That's what we need to do. Give him the people that he needs. You can take 2 Johns, Runt, Dawes, Corvin, and Joe. You're giving me Ward? Ward with 1 bloody arm? Would you rather none? Engine holds his tongue. Fine. But ye can tell me how right I was when we buried under the ice. Goodness gracious, we gave you 4 people. What more do you want, Hammond? Get the hell out of here. Good spirit, that one. Beneath the oil and the temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself into the boiler room. Oh, it's the photographer. Get in here, Kasha. Captain Shaw. Now this is the person that I had a biased opinion before. I didn't see why, they had her on there. By the way, if you guys ever get a stress ball, good gosh, does it work great. I've been so stressed out today. I was upset because I couldn't get the game to work. And this, it really does. It brings out your stress level. You should really get some. These ones right here is called the hand stress ball. Relieve stress and tension. And you get 3 different ones. Soft, medium, and hard. It's crazy. I got it from Amazon. I'm not endorsed. I'm not saying that you need anything like that, but it does help. Oh, I dropped the ball. Good God. Well, goodness gracious, look at that. I have another one. But no, it's nice thing to have like right next to it. So I've started off on level 1. And I'm kind of moved. Let me get that ball. 1 second. Hold on, I have to get the ball. I got the ball. But no, it helps me de-stress, especially when Duck gets on my nerves. And it really does. Ducky does get me on the nerves. He pisses me the heck off sometimes, and I get angry. But today, yeah, I was like swearing at the screen because I couldn't get this game to work and the compatibility issues. Some sort of thing happened with the software. You know, stuff happens, especially when you're moving things around. And I don't know. Sometimes a stress ball is really, really nice. So anyway, Cash says, Captain Shaw, a thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest. And well, it might be too late for this now that we've already entered the ice. Great, she's bringing me information that's way late. Out with it, says Hunt. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. Jesus criminy, what the heck? This is a survivalist mission, okay, Hunt? For your report? Not only my report, it would be a good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew have served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to the names. Your thoughts, Shaw? I mean, seriously, I don't understand this whole idea. Why are we taking time out to take pictures, to put pictures with the names? It makes it seem to be very weird. I'm not really quite understanding that. The captain knows all the people. He could tell me who all the people are and if they're experienced or not. And if anything, a picture tells us absolutely nothing about the knowledge or experience they have other than it matches the name. I find this person to be an addition to the lore of just likability. Like, oh, we'll put a photographer on the ship. It makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't. I just dropped the ball again. So it seems a good idea if nothing else. It would make for a good souvenir. Frickin' waste of time. We should be bracing ourselves for the ice, not posing for pictures. It's a bit light, but it's now or never. May as well get up. No. We should be bracing ourselves for the ice. Yes, totally. Come now, Shaw. -1 decorum? A few photos shouldn't take much time. What the frick are we taking photos for? Well, Belfort, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew to have their dinner. So, what did he have me ask for the questions for? Thank you, Captain Shaw. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. We're literally in the midst of almost crashing into ice, and we're going to be taking pictures. That makes no sense. You're still welcome to help on the matter, Officer Shaw. She departs satisfied. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense at all. Corbin enters the office. Hunt, you asked for a report on how the stowaway was doing. Aye, I wanted to see if the young boy has been settling in well. The young boy? But we dropped him off at the last spot. Didn't we? He has indeed. It means another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard and doesn't ask much. What? Dude, did we not just drop the boy off? The stowaway was the kid that we dropped off. He has his dog to guide him as well. That wasn't our choice. We told the kid to get off. I'm sure the boy's father is ecstatic. Worried sick, but happy, eh? Well, what do you know, Shaw? Okay, so we got 21 decorum. I'm just not understanding that. Did the boy get off? He's well fed? Does that mean he was well fed at the last stop? Interesting. Perhaps we were right to keep the boy aboard. Yeah, see? Keep the boy aboard. I said the boy needs to be removed from the ship. They didn't even listen to what I said, kept the boy on board. I'm wondering if our choices really matter in this, because nothing seems to be. I said to that person, oh, let's not take photos, let's look at the ice. They still keep the ID in hand. I say, hey, let's keep the kid off the boat because we don't want children on here with another mouth to feed in a dangerous situation. They keep the kid on hand. So it's like, pick your own adventure, but if we don't like your choice, we'll just pick over it. Weird. Okay. Good to have all that settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shaw, meet with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want one his scouts set up in the crow's nest. I think that what they want to say here is changing course or not, we'll want one of his scouts. Not one his scouts. I got the wrong grammar on this thing. Take care of that, then you'll be done for the day. Alright. So this is like midday. It's like -4C. So we've got speak to the navigator. We can go downstairs. We can... the rigging. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Ah, no problems. She looks to you. And you are? Yeah, this must be some sort of alternate reality. They do not... this is not a regular crew that you would see. The people are even wearing colors. I mean, come on. When did you see in the 1800s people, or early 1900s, people wearing this color clothing? Green? I don't know. I'm thinking that the writers, the history, and the people just did not. It's just a weird reality. It has nothing to do with history or what we would see in our time. It's an odd thing, I must say. I'm the first mate. You should address me as such. You should be careful. It's easy to get trapped up there. Officer Shaw, yourself? Flick, I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Never said anything about her safety. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Again, it's almost like it's implying things. The same thing with the woman that was taking the picture. We never ever said anything about where she was taking the picture, but the woman just brought up that she knew what she was doing. Same thing with this person. She just keeps bringing up her credentials. It's a lot of weird kind of... it's almost like they're wanting to say that they have a reason to be here because you already are thinking a negative annotation about them. I get that feeling from the writers a lot in this. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Let's come on over here. Kurt, send me up there. I'll get you a reading. Scientist eyes the man's cane and turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. Ahem. If you find one of mine, they'll get us reading rightly. Okay, so we've got this thing up here that we can do. A scout from the crow's nest. That's important. Okay, so I guess we should put this person up there. She's the only person that can go up there, the scout. Right. Is that done? Oh, nope, it's not done. I need to confirm the orders. They ascend the nest to take the reading with the sextant. All clear from up top, says Flick. Okay, so this is the ice. This Orca Island, which is here. The last port you made where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. This is where we should have dropped the kid off, that we said to drop the kid off, and yet it didn't happen. Because they chose to, I guess, leave it up to the dad, who the dad decided to keep his kid on a dangerous expedition. Which didn't make much sense at all, but okay. Up here we have the last known location of the Viscount, your destination. Okay, so we have that sort of thing. So we're about at the halfway mark at this point. A little bit more. We've got to get around this big, huge ice chunk, and then there's smaller pieces of ice in each different spot. I don't exactly understand how they know that there's these little fragments of ice. That's weird. Considering this is like the formation of ice would change daily, I would think. But this is an odd look, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we've checked that out. That does that. I'm going to go back to the ship here. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to see if there's anything up here. There does appear to be something going on over here. You overhear two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Yorick the Third. Ah, Quilsley! Quilsley! Have any trouble settling in? Not too bad. Can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course. I take it you had no issue settling in? None at all. You are a funny lot. They're definitely funny. I agree with that. I definitely agree. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Perhaps. Alright, so 2 more available crew on there. We've got this spot right here. It can enter your cabin. Suppose we could enter there. We could open the journal. So as we kind of come up here, I'm just going to read back to what it says. The ship Runt leaves the expedition at Orca Island. So it says right in here that Runt leaves the expedition at Orca Island. But then when the guy talked, when he came into that room, he said that the stowaway had stayed. I guess we're going to have to find out, but it says right here, Runt leaves the expedition. I am so confused on what the hell is going on in this story. Very weird. Okay, we're going to come on over here and go downstairs. Got a lot of different options here. We've got the pantry. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over the officer's uniform. Gnomes. Heh! The hell was that? Gnomes? You wipe the flour off you before continuing. Okay, let's lift a crate of tins from the shelves. Okay, that was interesting. Can I go back in there? Go back out? Let's see here. Nope, we already grabbed that, so we're good. Let's come on over here. There's nothing really in this room. There's one guy sitting right here, and there's the cook. We actually liked talking to the cook before. Junior. One step ahead of me. If you add those tins to the hush, we should be good for dinner. What's on the menu this week? Feed the hoosh pot. Okay, the furnace. Sealed sustenance prepared by the Apperton tinning. Actually, let's feed the hoosh. Can I jump out of this? I'm gonna leave here quick. I'm gonna see if I can grab some more food here quick. So we've got this section here. There's nothing more that I could grab. Talk to this guy first. He spots you and seizes in his plane. Accordion player. Need something? You're Grimly, aren't you? Nice accordion. Do you mind if I see? Your brother sent me to speak with you. Let's just start off. You're Grimly, aren't you? The man grunts. Oh, wonderful. I, Grimly Stoke. I'm the ship's carpenter. Nice accordion. Do you mind if I see? Then you're Junior's brother. If you're a carpenter, shouldn't you be working? No, let's not keep that off there. We'll just say nice accordion. Grimly takes a step back as you approach. You can see from there. No touching. Wow. What a very, very, very jealous and protective person. Your brother, then you're Junior's brother. Junior? Oh, you're Shaw. Junior mentioned you. In a positive or negative light. Ask him yourself. If I'm a higher-up officer, and you were to ask somebody, one of your subordinates, a question, and they said this stuff like this, they would be literally disciplined instantly. The military and the chain of command on this boat, it's almost like people that wrote this story have no idea what it's like to be on a boat. There's no way you could talk to somebody that way. Especially at this time. Just, oh, it blows my mind. Won't keep you from your work. Don't keep me from my break. Oh my God. That's just stupid. It's almost like you're just a regular person on the boat. Junior, best make use of this kitchen while we can. I just feed the hooch. There's that. I don't think we have anything else. Can we feed it people? Oh, we can't. We can't do that. No. Can't do that. None of those things. Okay, let's feed it. I think we have to find a few more things, maybe. Let's go down here. The crew have their meal. Oh, nice. Okay. Har, shall we toast to the ice? Aye. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. Okay, so we can talk to somebody here. You notice two sailors passing from the dinner table. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs, leaning on the shoulder of another. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Inebriated sailor. Ah, good times. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. I mean, have you guys ever seen this? When did you ever see a boat filled in the 1800s with women? You know what I'm saying? Like, they obviously did. This is a different reality. This is some sort of thing. It must be. I get it. I'm a big history buff, and so I'm always shocked when I see history like this. It's just strange to me. But I get it. It's a story of fictional. It's just odd to me that they have kind of put so many weird things together that it doesn't make any sense. I mean, we've got an African American man who is apparently a celebrity in cinema on a boat that is from the 1800s, before cinema and celebrities were really even a thing. And even if we're talking about the 1920s, he wouldn't have been somebody notable that other people would know. We've got a photographer who's saying that it takes 2 days to, do the film and stuff like that. Everybody in the boat is the absolute opposite of what you'd want if you went on a survivalist mission. And they've just thrown people in here, I think, for the diversity of to have a diverse boat. But it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. It's very weird. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. But I'm fine. My mates can carry me. Cavity. They can also drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Oh, I didn't add that. And then, on top of that, they have a child on board. Just put those together just for a bit in your mind. We have a celebrity African American in the 1800s when they were super racist. Super racist. Even if it's early 1900s, just think about this. We've got women and photographers on board, and we've got a woman who is a scout on a boat that is from the 1800s. And we've got old people and everybody. Nobody is really functional on this entire boat. They're all going to die. This is like if you took a bunch of Hollywood actors and you put them on a boat, and they all have different roles, and they're all going to die. Are you asleep? Oh, goodness gracious. I can't take it. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, really? I try to keep it together, but I have no response on that door. We knock. Let's knock the other one. Let's enter my cabin again. Days are getting longer. We'll return here. We'll jump back out. Let's go up top here. So we can check out here. You overhear two engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking with another. Grips. Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. Dick. You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not even human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't even sleep either. Ah, Dick. It's figurative. Right? Okay, so they're interesting. So we got that whole thing. We got the captain's cabin. And the captain has turned in for the evening. Yeah, but I'm the first mate. I should be able to knock on the door. See, some of these options, not liking it. So we got this person up here, and we're traveling. It haven't moved from that spot, so we're going to jump back to where we were. We're going to click this button right here. And then finally, she's unlocked the door. Apparently sleeps in here with all of the dog crap. It's really weird. I mean, just think about this. We have a boat on an expedition with a celebrity, a female dog trainer, a female scout. We've got a child on board who is a stowaway with a dad who only has one arm. Who in the hell would pay for that type of thing? Who would be the benefactor to be like, yeah, we're putting a good team together. I'm putting lots of money down, and we're going to get the best people. And this would be the people that they picked. This is a circus. That's all I got to say. Dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. Largest joins her side as you approach. Cordell, try some. Try the soup. I've already eaten. I guess, yeah, I'll try the soup, whatever. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. Why don't you blow? Don't be a moron. Blow on the ball. Surprisingly tasty. Spit it out. I'm going to say it's surprisingly tasty. It's surprisingly palatable. You feel yourself warming up. See, tasty and palatable, two different things. Not the same word there. Cordell, you seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's only so much. If you want more, it'll be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin, some blubber, fats and proteins, fastest way to hydrate them. Well, we know she's not vegan. Yeah, where is the vegan activist on this boat, okay? We've got everybody else. We've got senior citizens. We've got handicapped people. We've got people that feel like they're disproportionate against society and that they were underprivileged and that they want to showcase and sort of feel that they know what they're doing and they're highly tech and knowledgeable. And we've got very much people that want to be upstanding and separated and solitary from everybody else. We've got the people that, of course, think that they're better than everybody and feel that they're of a higher class, like Mr. Templeton. Where is the vegan activist to talk to Cordell that eating meat is not right? I'm just waiting for that person because I know it's going to pop up. We need more diversity on the boat. We do. It's just a weird story. It's seriously like they got aboard and they said, how can we fit it in? At first, when I first started playing this, I didn't see it. Now I totally see it. Was there something you needed? Why are you here? That's kind of forthcoming. Where did they come from? Just inspecting it. Where did they come from? That's a good question. It's hard to tell the exact breeds at this point. They belong here more than we do. Oh boy. Here this comes. I seriously can't make it out. It doesn't take too much writing for me to know that each one of them is connected to some sort of ideology. This person's ideology will be that the animals are above humans. Just wait, just watch. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. You've been on the ice for a long time. Strong creatures. I'll just say strong creatures. Very. They handle stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. You've been on the ice for a long time. You love it, these animals. They need me. And you'll need them. Pet the dog. You ruffle its head. It tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Okay, so this is very interesting. So dog lady who believes that we, yes, it's, not even worth getting into there. This is the controversial video, definitely for certain. I might get demonetized for too much opinions in this one. I just find this whole thing to be very strange. Okay, let's see here. Okay, week 2, we can return there. So that one's not. So, down again. Nobody's down here. Good God almighty and flickin' flick-flackage. Knock on the door. Still no response. You can hear the sounds of rustling inside. Knock again. After knocking on the door several times, it finally swings open to reveal the one of Templeton's science team. Annoyed scientist. Finally, somebody answers the goddamn door. Do you think I just knock on the door for no flippin' reason? Do you require my presence? No, I just knocked on the flippin' door for no reason. Okay, I'm acquainting myself with the crew. Who are you? Why didn't you answer the first time? Yeah, that's a good question. What's going on in there? I expect you to be one of those bothersome sailors. Did not expect my presence to be required at this time. You should know I'm the meteorologist of this expedition. Andrea. Isaac? If I'm not required for anything, I would ask not to be disturbed any further. See, this is not the way that you would talk to the first mate on a boat. None of these people have any manners. It's crazy. Okay. Well, I'm just not liking this crew. If anything happens, Duck, and I start shooting people on my crew, don't get mad at me, all right? Don't get mad at me. It's just the way I feel. So we've pretty much checked everybody out. Not really seeing anything else more to do at this point. We can go back in here. There's nothing there to do. There's no more people to talk to. I can enter my cabin. I can go in here. I can return. But yeah, I think we've checked out just everything at this point. There's nothing really. All right, let's hit E. And we're on to the next part here. So food rations. Again, as we always know, we're going to do halves on that and halves on this. Our point is later on to have enough. We don't fully run out. I wish I knew what each one of these did, but because it doesn't really hover anything, it doesn't really tell me. Not for certain what that means either. So fuel decorum must be the flag. So the flag is 80. Another week passes and the temperance has finally entered the thick ice leads. The days grow ever brighter. Good. Week 3. 3 weeks on the temperance. So it was 2 weeks that that person was walking around that was still not used to it, which is crazy to be on a boat for 2 weeks and still not be used to it. I think usually sickness, they get over that within, like, what, the first 4 or 5 days, don't they? Maybe I'm wrong. Another week past temperance, the days grow even brighter. So let's leave the boat, and first thing here, let's check over here. Nothing. Nothing there. Let's go down below. There's this. Pantry. Doesn't appear to be anything in there. We're going to leave there. Going to come on over and check out this section. This room looks to be pretty good. Somebody farted. Okay. I'm not seeing anything up here. I'm going to go up top. Oh my gosh. We're really breaking right through the ice now. This is some freakiness. First of all, I really don't like this. This looks bad. It looks really bad. I mean, look at that. Literally just straight on breaking through the ice. It's freaky. I mean, what if we get stuck there? It just doesn't look great. So let's gonna go first here. We're gonna talk to the most important person, which is our scout. We're very, very close now, it looks like. We went right through the piece of ice. This is crazy. Instead of trying to make it around the big piece, we went right through the heart and, you know, hole of the thing, which is nuts. This is the last known location of the Viscount, your destination. And then I think that's it. So I would say now we're pretty much at the halfway mark. Let's jump back into the thing. Okay, let's go check on the dogs. All right. So you can touch the dog. You pat its back. Offers you its paw. Okay, so now they're kind of... All right, I'm changing my opinion. I'm liking the dogs now. I mean, I always liked dogs. But at first I thought she was a little over. Like, she's like, oh, I thought she was going to go on the whole line that, you know, dogs are better than us and we're not great and all this kind of stuff. You'd have heard that thing. And I was like, I can't do it. But she seems like a nice woman. She's just a little over enthusiastic for felines and canines. You know what I'm saying? Well, she probably doesn't like cats, does she? Let's go down here and let's take the request. Let's talk to the captain. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Wait for the Captain Hunt. Definitely wait for him. Whole room shudders. What the frick? What the sayonara sasa flatsa blah 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 blah? What the hell going on? Oh, you mean going right through the big, huge piece of ice instead of going around it, we're stuck. Well, that I didn't see coming. Very dumb group. We're all dead. What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Kurt, strong pressures. As if we didn't have enough to bother. Are you kidding me? You guys are a bunch of idiots. You went through the middle of the ice instead of going around it, where we could have at least had some sort of way out. You went through the middle section of the thing. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. I'm sure the mole man has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone, said Kurt. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. Okay, so we're stuck on the ice. This is just absolutely Cisco-watched. Oh, I don't like it. Well, let's go check on the felines. Let's talk to her. Officer Shaw, it would appear we've stopped. Curious. Hunt was warned of this pathway, was he not? Even I could see the risk, and yet an experienced sailor carried on. I wonder what goes through that man's head. Exactly. We told him, and he disregarded complete command because he said the celebrity guy, all the money went to his sets. Are you flipping kidding me? Okay, are you flipping kidding me? What freaking captain would send us through the middle of the flippin' ice? What? I mean, seriously. And even if there was a section around it, I get it where you need to go through it. I understand that, but it wasn't that far around. We could have instantly went around it. Stupid. Pat the dog. You're all gonna die, little mutts, and we'll have to eat you pretty soon. I mean, I'm just kidding. What? Okay. All right, let's come on over here. It's a good thing we have Lot, because that's a lot of barbecue. I mean, dogs. Okay, let's come on up here. All right, so this is where we are. This is our situation. We seem to be literally at the halfway mark. Yeah, a bunch of morons. Bunch of flippin' morons. All right, let's come on over here. Kasha, Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come. Sorry. Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. Oh my goodness. We didn't hit anything, did we? You mean to tell me that in the moment, the big moment, this person hasn't ran outside with her camera? She's the one who's below deck. The camera woman! Makes no sense. Have you seen Hunt? We're trapped in some ice. We'll need to break loose and get moving again. Stay where you are. I don't want you doing anything reckless for photography again. Okay, we're trapped in some ice. We'll need to break loose and get moving again. Okay. Well, let's hope we can do that sooner than later. You know what? You could go get a shovel, Kasha, and then help us instead of just talking. Trapped in the ice, though, that would make for a good photograph. Oh, now she... Light bulb moment for Kasha. Light bulb moment. Thank God for that. Okay, let's come on over here. Let's look at enter our cabin. And that's just the same thing there. So let's come on and jump on back. Nothing here, nothing there. We can go downstairs. Go into the flower room, which there does appear to be a crate of tin food. You'll have to crate of tins from the shelves. So that's great. And I'm gonna leave here. I'm gonna come on over. I have no idea just what happened there. The whole screen went glitchy. We're gonna go into the pumps. There doesn't appear to be anything in there. And then, of course, we can go upstairs. We can go downstairs, descend a lower deck. Right here, we've got Grimly we can talk to. Ship's stuck, then? No, Grimly. We've just had a gigantic shudder of the entire boat, and then everybody's been talking about how it's stuck, but it's not. Good God. These people act like they don't know anything. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. How? We didn't cross paths. You're calm about this. Have you checked the boiler room? Yeah, I guess that's interesting. We didn't cross paths. Don't ask me. I'm going to check with my brother. And these people are absolutely no help at all. But I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to be nice. That's what I'm trying to work on. Be nice. Let's go in the coal bunker. We got a sack of coal, which is good. A little bit of that whole thing right there, and then we can go deeper into the boiler room. In here, it appears we've got quite a bit of stuff going on. We can approach the two men. Looks like we've got Hammond. If I'd make ours any, I'd tell you. It's secured, don't worry. They notice you. Impressive machine, this boiler. Am I interrupting? I'm sure you're aware of the situation. What's happening? Yes, they know what's going on. I'm sure of the situation. What's happening? I'm ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in this sudden commotion. And I told ye that it was. You'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man, with just a pair of engineers as assistants. Yes, but we gave him 4 men plus the engineers that he already had, so he should not have any problem getting the thing considering he's got 4 more people maxed it out. Just looking at the number of valves, it seems far too much for you to handle. How could it be far too much for to handle? We've added 4 people. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. Hammond, we already gave you a whole bunch of people. I've gotten used to it by now. You're not alone. You're not alone. It will hold, trust me. It will. Well, I will have to, won't it? Said Templeton. I don't fancy staying on this ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break from the ice as quickly as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate's here, but where's the one who got us into this bloody mess? Yeah, you know, that's the whole thing about it. For a captain who's supposed to be, let's see here, moral, things happen and he doesn't quiet down the whole population. You know what he does? He leaves me to do it. And as a first mate, I have a little bit of a problem with that. He should be getting his frickin' ding-dong butt down here and be dealing with all these things. He's a difficult one to find. I was hoping that Templeton knew. He may be in his cabin, remember. He's a difficult one to find. That's for certain. Indeed he is, says Templeton. I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf, says Hammond. Okay, so now they want me to yell at the captain. That's gonna be interesting. Can't do it myself, too busy keeping us alive. You have 4 people, Hammond. That's why we gave you 4, so you can definitely do it. Doesn't take 4 people to fill a frickin' coal thing. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. I believe so too. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. I'm far too busy for that, Templeton. Don't you think that maybe the cook could do that, considering we have much more problems than dealing with dinner? Not before we've fed the furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw? Or are you afraid of dirty hands like Mr. Templeton over here? Literally, Hammond, we gave you 4 people. What the hell are they doing? This just doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Come on. Down to depths, eh? She goes, so do we. Feed the furnace. We can ask the engineers to raise the heat. Cures the crew of freezing. We can feed the furnace. We're at -8 right now, so I think that's fine. Let's feed the furnace. Let's feed it full of coal. Canteen of food. What the? I don't understand why we just waste food on that? No, go back. Feed the furnace. There's coal. Let's feed that. So 20% fuel has now been wasted on that. We're gonna leave. We're gonna keep that going. They're wearing coats, so they should be fine. They've got a working furnace and they're wearing coats. So I would think that they would do fine. There's a lot of coal in there, so we seem to be okay for the moment. We emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner despite the ice. Some seem nervous, others as if nothing has changed at all. Let's come in here. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Okay, call the crew for dinner. Let's talk to him. What will it be this week, Shaw? Definitely, yeah, we'll definitely do a crate of tinned food. I think that's good. So I'm gonna leave that situation. I don't think there's anybody more that we can talk to. So we'll call the crew for dinner. Crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. Good. Crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. Okay, so at this point, let's talk to these people. Grimly, you didn't see him either? He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bee. What are you thinking, Hunt? this, Junior. Okay, wait a minute. Somebody's outside. Oh, it's Kasha. No sign of Hunt, I take it. Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Yes. We can enter my cabin again, which I don't believe there's anything in there. It says the same thing as it did last time. Can't knock on that whole thing, so let's go up again. Now we've got people outside of the boat, and this pathway right here is frozen up, which is not a good sign. It's frozen up on over here, and the only thing we can do to blame is definitely the captain for being an idiot. An absolute idiot. Instead of actually going through this section, it literally would have taken him just to go through here and through this pass. He could have easily made it through that area right here and broken through that small little piece, but it chose to go right through a gigantic piece. So we'll all die because of him, but hopefully we'll let him know. We can talk to Kurt here. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, sure. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt's holed himself up inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. Oh, yeah, yes, because captains do the same thing that everybody does. Okay, so now we're easy to walk in here. What the heck? Templeton? I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? He's literally right over there. Templeton, he's in the tub. At this point, leave the man. I will handle matters. He has to be in here. Check under the desk. He's literally right there. Highly doubt he's cowering beneath the table, sir. The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. The captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You're a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt, seeing that this is your ship. Ha! I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join. Hunt shakes his hip flask as he holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spitting from the top. And what of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar. Personally, I don't drink. No. Ah, you don't care to humor me this once. Ah, well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? This ship, your ship, is trapped in ice, Captain. It's my ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? You could have heeded Kurt's warning. What do you mean, this isn't your ship? You could at least do your work. Carried your load until now. Yeah, really. You know, we trusted this captain. Okay? And what did I tell you? What did I say? Benefactors put this group of people together is the absolute worst group of people to put on a boat to think that we're going to be able to get somewhere. All right? It's absolutely asinine. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely asinine. By the way, I just want to check real quick. I just want to see how many people are actually streaming this game. Sometimes I like to just see how many people are actually viewing it, on stream, and how many other people are also, checking out the content. It's cool. It's fun to actually see. So let me just take a quick look here. And we'll look here. The Pale Beyond. Again, I'm the only person who's actually playing the game. Crazy. Of this game, it is, maybe I'm the very first to be doing it, but there's only 216 followers of this game, which is crazy. And it is a really good game, even though there's major problems with the diversity of it and the history and the weirdness of the technological innovation on one thing versus another. Like, for instance, they've got celebrity status, which means that they've got like 1920s, 1930s, but then they have luxury, um, cameras that apparently take 2 days for film to be done, which I might be wrong. I should check that, but let's just see. I want to see here. First African American celebrity in movies, I think, wasn't until, let's just see who was the very first. So, yeah, basically we're talking like there was a few people that were kind of before that time, but they didn't even get really big until like we're talking about 1930s, late 1920s, okay? And then if we look at it and we say, okay, so how long did it take to develop film in the 1920s? Because, I mean, it's got to be, I mean, I think it's even later than that, but we'll say. So how was the film developed in the 1920s? To even develop it, in 1920, it needed to be a glimpse of an image taken in camera, perhaps a 35 millimeter. It would be possible to develop image in a makeshift darkroom, perhaps in a matter of hours. Would have been the quickest way and easiest way to develop a photography in late 1920s. So from what they're saying back then, what they would be able to do was take the celluloid strip, which was wide enough to accommodate all sizes, from a miniature to very wide. The roll film was then wound inside a roll of celluloid, and then the assembly was put and dropped into a galvanized can or tank to be developed. The holes in the celluloid allowed the liquids to quickly enter and drain and make development more evenly, precisely timed, which was a big deal. The lid could be put on so the light could be on during the development of the film. Today's daylight loading tanks work exactly the same way as daylight tanks did back in the day. A normal dark room session would be an hour or two. When I worked in news for a large broadcast company, we had faster techniques for rapid image access, such as hot processing, one solution. So this sort of thing, even back then would take, a couple hours, if that. What they're saying is that the Kodiak D76 were in use in the 1920s, and development time for a negative would be on the order of 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. That girl talked about 2 days. So she's talking about 1800s, like what I was saying, which doesn't make any sense. We'll even say it's a few hours, whatever. Few hours, that whole thing. If it was the 1800s, there wasn't even film. I mean, you got to think about it. The film, major film in that time frame was, let's see here. So major film began pretty much early years, like Hollywood. Like the very, very first things. You have like person on a horse, that kind of thing like that. But they weren't like stars. When we think about stars today, like the first celebrities, right? First celebrities in Hollywood would have been 1950s. I mean, that's when they started to get notoriety, where they were pretty big mainstream. We could even say maybe 20 years before that or 30 years before that, like 1920s was like the very, very beginning, but like mainstream, where you're talking about all over the place, like 40s and 50s. That's when that sort of celebrity stature kind of started. And the 20s that's like the twilight of the very beginning ages. So none of it makes any sense, the age of it. Anyway, back into the whole thing as we're doing here. And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? I think you could at least do your work. I've carried your load until now. What do you mean this isn't your ship? Yeah, that is a little bit confusing. This is his ship. He is the captain. Bought at an auction. Not by myself. Imagine that. Captain of a private vessel. I don't even own it. Pathetic. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you're in a tub drinking right now. Mr. Hunt, Captain, if you are not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? The man is drunk. He's drunk, okay? In a tub. What the heck? What the heck? No captain who would do that is a fit captain, wouldn't you agree? Well, not you, Shaw. Isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? Sobriety, for start. Making the difficult choices nobody else wants to make. Being able to do the job I've been doing on your behalf. Making the difficult choices nobody else wants to make. That's what makes, yeah, that's true. And sobriety, but number one is making, making the choices. You have to make choices that are difficult choices nobody wants to do. Do you think you could live without yourself? They all act like the choices is the difficult part. The choice is easy, Shaw, instinctually. It's not being able to sleep after. That's what they never prepare you for. But I'm serious, Shaw. I'm serious. For you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for. In a word, then. Just give me a word. Give me a minute, Templeton. Give me a word. Sure. What makes a leader? I'd say the willpower. The will, the drive, the will. Willpower. Explain. The ability to press forward no matter the circumstance, to never give up. The power to challenge yourself, to exceed your perceived limitations. The power to make the decisions that will last with you. Yeah, I think it's the first one, definitely. You can't say it better than that. I mean, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, you do not give up. And that's the whole point. That really is. But also, I like this one. The power to challenge yourself to exceed the perceived limitations. The power to make decisions that will last with you. I don't really care for this one, so it's between these two. And I think that always exceeding the perceived limitations is huge. But to never give up probably is going to win the day. Because you can believe the limitations that you are beyond them. But if you don't have the will and you give up, then it doesn't really matter. If you can challenge yourself all you want. But you can't... there's a certain point that's going to hit that rock bottom. So to never give up. Ability to press forward no matter the circumstance, to never give up. And if your crew submits before you do, I don't think they'd appreciate being pushed forward in a hopeless situation. You can look to someone always pressing on against all odds and call that bravery. Others would call it fatal stubbornness. If one's to die, they'd prefer to be with their boots off, lying in bed with a full belly. Would a good leader deny them that? I mean, this guy is acting like it's a hopeless situation because one thing went wrong. If anything, he should be relieved from his duty, I think. Speaking in the platitudes will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule you were told to follow. This guy, who's drunk, sitting in a tub, is trying to give us a lecture for trying to find him from hiding from the crew. Man should be hit over the head with a flippin' bat. When you see one, you just know. Templeton says, "You've wasted enough time pining philosophical." "Oh, my apologies," says Hunt. "I'll ask the real questions. Shaw, look at where we are. You honestly think we're going to survive this? This man is the most negative guy in the world. Imagine that this is the guy that brought us into that interview. Okay? He sat us down. He asked us all these questions. He pushed us. He interrogated us. He pushed us to the limit, tried to put us in different situations, and yet the first thing that goes wrong, he's like a little tiny wimpy child crying in the corner because somebody knocked over his ice cream cone. Good God. I had no assumptions on returning alive. I don't know. I have no doubt we will. Yeah. You don't understand what the whole problem is here. Well, I suppose someone has to carry faith with them. Captain laughs. Oh. Hunt. Shaw, nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room, says Templeton. Hunt, no. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. I mean, how would nobody know us if we're out here if Templeton has an employer? Our benefactor. We all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough! If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should not have agreed to it. You shouldn't be. None of us should be here. Oh, paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our Dr. Har. And then there's me. What are we actually searching for? I mean, at this point, I really would like to ask. Hunt chuckles, gesticulatingly, mockingly with his hands. Ghosts. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. It's all right, Robin. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be all right here. This whole dang place has gone to freaking Toledo's. This is the whole thing. We should have never leave an incompetent captain at the helm. All right? We should have never done it. I told you guys all from the very beginning, he doesn't deserve to be in this situation. He doesn't. Crazy. Blip blop. Okay. Kind of zoomed out there a little far. Okay, so there's a few more cracks going on here. All right, let's check out the whole thing here. Got the top spot. No changes right there. Go back here. Let's go check on the dogs. One wouldn't think Hunt would be taking action at this. What would be taking action at a time like this? Instead, the man has squirreled himself within his office. An odd one. Well, let's pet the dogs. There we go. Pet each one of them. Let's flip and flap out here. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It wouldn't appear the pressures of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. Crew have their commands. Clear your head. It will continue on the morn. Captain appears to have fallen asleep. Then wake him up. God. This time, tell ya. Now let's go downstairs and see who we can talk to. There's got to be somebody else we can talk to in this godforsaken flippin' ship. Go in my room here. I can open up the journal. Nothing right there. Let's go downstairs. Nobody here to talk to. Let's see how they're doing down there. Alright, so nobody's in the boiler room either. Interesting. So nobody's in the boiler room. Be able to go down to that section. Doesn't appear to be anything in these spots. Nothing to click on, so I think E is the next one here. On to the next day. -13 available crew. There's a loud bang on the door, and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Shaw! Are ye in there? Hammond. Shaw! Ham, what's going on? Why is everything green? Are we sinking? What was that noise? Ham, what's going on? Why is everything green? Yeah, that's a good question. Heck's going on here? Never mind the green. The boiler's in serious trouble. Oh. Pumps need manned, and we need to stop the whole system overheating. And I don't need to tell you, if the furnace goes, we go. Okay, we go. If the furnace goes, we all go. Well, I guess, we'll lead the way then. We don't have a moment to spare. What am I supposed to do? You're the engineer. Where is Hunt? Is he aware? Lead the way then. We don't have a moment to spare. Let's do this. Right then. Let's move. We need to find the captain now. All right. Let's come on over here. Oh, good God. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera tight as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Oh, God. Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. And he backslaps the bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, it was a joke. Don't take it to heart, all right? It's totally a joke. It's safe to go up on top, right? That aura. It's a shot I can't miss. I just steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. Oh, that's great. We've got our own paparazzi on board. During the moment of chaos, she's snapping pictures away. Then I say that we didn't need her because in the moment that we actually need her, this woman's clipping away and taking photos for the TMZ or for the Enquirer. Good God, oh gracious. Get the flip-flap back in the flippin' stash, woman. Okay, let's come on and see what we've got here. Everything's flipping green, which is weird as hell. Let's go on upstairs and see what we got. Oh, God, no. Well, if anything's bad as eggs, this is the worst thing possible. I mean, this thing is totally stuck in that fruit lop. Let's take a few shotos right there. Look at that shot. Isn't that one beautiful shot? See if we can zoom out a little bit further. We'll get a view right there. Hit that shot. The light of the aura flicker over the pale ice. Let's come in here. Let's enter the forecastle. Animals are barking fiercely at the green that has invaded their territory. Calm, Stanberry. What is happening to the ship? Nothing I can fix. Don't fret. Nothing I can't fix. Then I shan't stop you, Mr. Hammond. Have you seen the captain? Mr. Hammond knows what he's doing. I have no doubt of that. You needn't comfort me, Officer Shaw. You should be focusing on the task at hand. All right, let's get out of here. Let's check up top. Good God, we've all freaking lost the scout. She isn't up top looking for people. Can you believe it? That at this moment, when we are stuck in the ice, we don't have somebody up top looking for anybody? What a Fruit Loop. Oh, it's Mr. Templeton. Nothing. Visible, perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would ye expect him to be in the tub? says Hammond. Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? Templeton pauses for a moment. Hammond turns to you. All right, Shaw. Captain missing. You're in charge.
Ha! I'm in charge. Like you guys have even given me a slight bit of leadership at this point, okay?
I tell you guys what to do. I told you not to keep the stowaway on board. You guys kept him on board. Okay? I said don't take pictures. We need everybody's eye on the ice. And you guys let them take pictures. I took 4 people, I put them down in the engineer room, and you guys didn't listen. You didn't put the 4 on the room, and then we got stuck in the ice. Now, I'm the person in charge. Isn't it funny how things shall change, and now you look at me for advice? First of all, we can't give up on Hunt that easily. All right? We need to find him. He needs to be part of this boat. And if he's going to step down and I'm going to take charge, then these people are going to listen to me. All right? So, we can't give up on him. We need to find him. I bloody well can, said Hammond. He missed his chance to take the reins. Yes, indeed, says Templeton. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm. No, it's not my duty, Mr. Templeton. It was the captain's duty. You put me in charge on this reign of command, but you didn't listen to a damn point that I said. To maintain the order, I am the order now. That's what you say, but you didn't listen to anything I had to say before. So it's funny. It's funny that now it's my duty. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room now. Oh, it's my job now? I'm not the engineer, Hammond. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bee, Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you're going to be doing is inciting a panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew, maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, assure them that we know how to remedy this matter, and you do know how to remedy this matter, right? Right, Mr. Hammond? You do know. We do need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. We've got a bloody ship to save. Templeton says, well, this is as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Templeton is right. We need to focus on calming the crew. Hammond is right. We can't waste any more time. The boiler won't wait for us. If the boiler goes, we're dead. Doesn't matter if we calm the flippin' crew. We listen to the engineer, as we should have always listened to before. Duck, don't give me crap. Calm. You can calm the crew. We'll go with Hammond. Hammond's right. Boiler time. Let's do it. No more time wasted. Fine, says Templeton. I'll keep the crew at bay then. Yes, you will. Do something. And sitting around looking at your flippin' blue collar. Okay? Hammond. Mon, don't worry about him. Let's go. We had how many people down here? Let's hope we can get things focused here. So we've got this boat right here. Apparently the captain's somewhere. Looking at it, if he did go out there, there's no way that he got too far. There's nothing up top that we can do, nothing to pick. So let's go on below. We've got the green light here, nothing to click over here. There's Kasha still holding her camera, not doing a damn thing. As more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. The -15 decorum they can all suck some A. Soon the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Oh, Jesus criminy, they just woke up. Speak to Kurt. All right, let's speak to him. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it? I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking with that cane, you're not, said Hammond. I have enough strength to go tell the crew to hit the lower decks. As many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. Let's check what we got around here. Calming. We descend the ladder. Ahead you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. What the heck? What do you mean they're trying to open the hold? Trying to get in? Same, door's stuck. How the frick could the door be stuck? Are you frickin' serious? In a time where the boat is like overthink, this thing should be in full operation. We had 4 people down here. This makes absolutely no sense. Pull harder, you bees. We need you to get in there. It's the only thing that matters. We need to keep the furnace alit. Can you help us? Can you help us? Yes, ask him. We need help. The metal door unsticks. Grimly looks to you before darting off into the dark. Where's that bloody idiot running off to? To sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineer team are hard at work. The larger of the 2 engineers loses grip of their valve as the steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. Made it just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping? We need to avoid a water hammer, or we won't be making it off this godforsaken ship. Shaw! The rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. All right. Grab a valve and begin turning it, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump! Says Hammond. You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. Huh? The furnace rumbles and sputters, hemorrhaging fuel. You keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. We could be at this for hours, says Hammond. Phew, where's the rest of the crew? There they are. Brought help, said Grimly. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. The furnace rumbles and sputters. Get me coal and turn those valves! All right, grab something. Grab it right now. Grab it. Here we go. Oh, leave. Grab this. Grab the coal. Good. Back outside. In again. Into the coal right there. Feed it in. There we go. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to go out again. Grab the coal. When gathering supplies, you can assign an amount to instantly gain that many items. Okay. So, 1, 2. Actually, this sack of coal. Alright, there we go. Confirm orders. Available crew. Okay, so back out again. Back into here. Alright, let's get one right there going. Confirm orders. They grab the valve. Okay, let's come on over here. Let's get that person. Confirm orders. With enough hands working on the bully, begin to fight back the potential water hammer. Someone's going to have to hold the furnace. Alright. This is definitely... Oh, yeah. To John, my boy. Oh, no, never mind. Let's give it to Tucker Hicks. Tucker approaches the furnace. The room shakes. Do we get it? Water hammer! Jet of steam panks Higgs. Oh! Holy crap! It subsides as they writhe in agony. You keep up the work, shifting the valves until the boiler has fully calmed. The ship is saved. You won't be sinking today. And as the crew gives assistance to the wounded Higgs, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are the pair of panicked voices. Where the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. I don't know what to think. I mean, Duck, this whole thing went horrible. Could have went so much better. And that son of a Kraken just didn't have it together. Didn't have it together. He left us, Duck, in this godforsaken place. Food rations at halfage. That's normal. Could put the food rations up or down, but right now at half. Gotta keep things rocking. Temperance is saved from sinking. Aura passes, leaving only the bright light and white. Next week. Week 4, 1 week on Temperance Camp. You're alone in the captain's cabin. Out across deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that the Captain Hunt is missing, that son of a Kraken cracker. Templeton comes, slips in through the door. Shaw. Don't let the cold in. Still no sign of Hunt? Still no sign of him? I'm afraid not, says Templeton. Hunt is still missing. Good God. That son of a cracker. I'll make him walk the plank, just to see him fall flat on the ice. Templeton, that son of a bee will get it. The last thing I do. He isn't alone in the regard. Sanders, Sparrow, and Gren are also unaccounted for. 3 people? What the hell? Where the frick are those people? What is going on? How the hell has a sizable food and fuel supply on one of the larger lifeboats? You're kidding me. Those people ran off with the food, Templeton? My God. Shaw, you and I are naive. It seems quite clear what has happened. We cannot be too sure, Templeton. Yes, but why would Hunt abandon us? It's important. We cannot be too sure, Templeton. Let's not rush. They could have tried to, maybe they went to go get help, and they're coming back, and this whole thing is gonna be okay, all right? We need to keep it together. Keep it together, Templeton. Of course, but a reasonable deduction can be made. Our former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw. I would care for you to enlighten me. That would be a Captain Shaw now, I take it. Hunt is still the captain. I don't intend to usurp him. I would care for you to enlighten me. I will say that Hunt is still the captain until I'm, Yeah. Hunt is still the captain. I don't intend to usurp him. Hunt is absent. There's no use waiting a word of ghosts. The new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. I do not know if I'm prepared. I would have expected the role to be inherited. And how do I argue for that role? I would have expected the role to be inherited. Yes. I would have expected it to be inherited. Not quite. They will hold the vote as soon as possible, said Templeton. The carpenter, grimly, he's still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you, you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are likely to support you as well. I'm unsure where the engineers will side. They're likely loyal to their pay. Higgs is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working to your favor. And the civilians are a mystery. What the frick do we have civilians on a frickin' survivalist boat? So what I ask you, Templeton, that's what I ask you. But I believe when all is said and done, you will just about make the vote. I don't want the vote. Really, I want to give it to somebody else. How can you be sure? Just about. My only competition would be dead, for all we know. You have clearly given this a lot of thought. Wow. Jesus. Of course, said Templeton. It is vital to remain aware of the crew's intention. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on the way. Even if the Temperance falls, we still have a potential escape. Really? It took 5 years, Templeton, for us to get here. So after 5 years, there might be something. Unless your benefactors are apparently sending some sort of rescue ship. But even if they are sending a rescue ship, considering who they sent on this one, they're probably going to send a bunch of idiots that are probably going the wrong direction. Templeton, 35 flippin' weeks? Oh my God. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. Wait a moment. Don't you guys remember when the captain said that nobody knows that we're out here? Now, Templeton has some sort of information that there's 35 weeks. Do you get what I mean? Like, these writers must have just not talked to each other. They must have had half the writers, half the diversity crew, and half the people that just were making programming, and they just stuck them all together. And they just said, oh yeah, we're just going to put everything together and not make any sense. It's just, yeah, the story just doesn't make a lot of sense. Not a lot. Templeton says, that is all we need to do, Captain. I see. How can we be certain that the rescue ship will come? The relief could become trapped just as we have been. I understand. We can hold out for that long. Yeah, how can we be certain? That's a good question. I can assure it. Oh, so Templeton, the guy who apparently is holding all the information from everybody. Our benefactor will ensure it. Yeah, how do you know that the benefactor will ensure it? You looking around right now? Okay? I want you to look around, Templeton. I want you to tell me what the hell you see right now, because I see a bunch of morons that are running this boat, and I am stuck with you, of all people. Well, let's just be honest, okay? This wasn't like... It wasn't like it was the all-star team coming into this frickin' battle. And now you want to ensure me that we got some sort of frickin' safety net. But yet before, you stayed silent when the captain was talking about nobody coming for us. And nobody knows we're out here. And now you just have this sort of frickin' epiphany that we got a damn frickin' boat coming in 35 weeks. Excuse me if I'm not really down with it. Okay? Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Here you should have this. Oh, what is that, Templeton? Huh? What the hell is that? Templeton presents you with a fancy-looking hat. A hunt's hat. He left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? Take the hat. I won't be needing that. What about you? Do you wish to be captain? Well, I guess I could ask you. That's not my burden to bear. Oh, well, maybe I don't want the burden, Templeton. Give me that damn hat. Commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. Yeah, you can go to hell, Templeton. Been no help at all in this process. I suggest you do the same, Captain. Scientist refrains for a moment. Wait for him to continue. Out with it, Templeton. Wait for him to continue. What is it? Explain. Pop it up. I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. But we don't know that they're dead, Templeton. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. Okay, first of all, we're not going to lie to them. After what he did, they might as well be. Like you said. I won't lie to them, Templeton. It's not right to do. It's not. Leaders lie. Get used to it. No. Here's the whole thing. Templeton, okay? You lie. You lied about the benefactor. You lied about what's really behind this whole thing, all right? And there's a lot of mystery that's going on, and you can be the one that's disrespectful and deceitful to the crew, but don't expect me to be, all right? I won't be. All right, Templeton? Now get the hell out of here. Crew are waiting for you on deck. It's my crew now, baby. What do we got over here at the desk? Hunt's ledger is gone. Last place you saw Captain Hunt, there's still drops of whiskey frozen. Oh my god. Okay. First of all, you can put whiskey in a freezer and it won't freeze. Okay? Again, whoever the hell wrote this story has absolutely no idea of reality. I'm just going to tell you guys, okay? I'm just going to bring it up. I'll tell you right now. What temperature does whiskey freeze? Okay. I'm just going to tell you guys exactly what it does, all right? In order for whiskey to freeze, all right, guys? It needs to be... Okay, so just for beer, all right? Beer needs to be -2 Celsius or 28 Fahrenheit to freeze. And beer, as we know, only has about 5% to 10% proof, okay? Wine, for it to freeze, needs to be at 23 Fahrenheit or -5 Celsius, all right? Proof alcohol, all right, needs to be at 22 proof. 22F, all right? Or -7 Celsius. And then 64 proof, which again is not technically whiskey, because whiskey is 80 proof in most cases. There's some whiskeys that are at 60, but it needs to be -10F or -23 Celsius, all right? And for most things like gin, whiskey, and vodka, they're negative. That's 80 proof, okay? 40% alcohol. It needs to be -17F or -27 Celsius, all right? I mean, that's crazy. -20 Celsius. So if you come outside the boat right now, oh, it's not going to tell us. I wish I could show you guys. Anyway. So just remember that, -20 Celsius. We'll see what it is right now, but I don't think it's that cold. It could be. Whiskey freezing. I put whiskey in the freezer and it doesn't even freeze. What do we got going on here? The hushed voices become more distant as you make your way back out into the open air. You notice the absence of Higgs. Crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. I mean, just the idea here. I mean, I just want people to understand. If it was -30 degrees out, these people are not even... This guy is literally wearing a freaking unbuttoned t-shirt. Oh my god. I mean, clearly one of the most disastrous groups to ever witness. The only person that are wearing, like this guy right here, he's wearing some things, but he's not wearing gloves. Okay. And a couple of these people here. But everybody else gonna die. This guy up here, just gonna die. Attention! Says Templeton. It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. Clear choice as first mate. And what of Hunt? Says grimly. What of him? Sorry, guys. I do not see him among us, do you? Says Templeton. Don't see a body either, says grimly. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command, says Templeton. All in favor of Officer Shaw? Start the voting process. Okay. Tolson. He abstains. All right, okay. So definitely some people. Okay. Arthur. All right. Loyal to me. Kurt. All right, he's loyal. Brings with more people. Then we get Grimly. What the frickin' frack? Go to hell, Grimly. Oh my god. What the flip is going on here? What the crap? Are you freaking kidding me? Alright, well, we won by a slim majority. You people are walking the deck and nobody's getting food. Alright? You have been confirmed as the captain of the expedition. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead, says grimly. The crowd look to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they await your next words. Curious murmurings scattering between the crew. Captain Hunt is no longer with us. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. Wait for them to quiet down. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. I like cheeseburgers and a walk on the beach, and also on Sundays I like to put up my feet and I'm sorry. As I look to you, it's not long before the obvious question spills from the crew member's mouth. Where's the Captain Hunt? God damn it! It is unclear at the moment where Captain Hunt is. Captain Hunt is dead, said Templeton. The crowd immediately cuts to silence. They look to Templeton. Some back to you after. Mr. Templeton is telling the truth. He and the missing crew were lost. He's not dead. He and the missing crew were lost. He is not dead. He abandoned us. Without word, and without an idea of where he went. He's not dead. The deserter took 3 crew and 1 of our lifeboats with him. -5 loyalty. Go suck it, Templeton. If saying the truth is a problem for you, you can be the next one to get abandoned. Murmurs shoot through the crowd. Do we have any bodies, Mr. Templeton? He'll be dead before the week's out. Regardless, that matter is behind us. Do we have any bodies? No. Regardless, that matter is behind us. I mean, that is the truth. We need to move on. Templeton is disgruntled. Silence hangs in the air. I know you're all scared. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. Does anybody take issue with me taking the charge? I guess I should ask, does anybody take issue with me taking the charge? Let's hear it out. Who here has problems with me in charge? A morbid silence hangs. Nobody speaks up in protest. It's on me to keep us all alive. I won't be giving up on that. Good. The less infighting we have to deal with, the better our chances of survival. It's on me to keep us all alive. I won't be giving up on that. You understand me? You people mean a lot to me. And I'm not here to see you die. I'm here for us to survive. It's gonna be tough. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but it's gonna be tough. And we're gonna get through this cold, this depth of cold. And those people that abandoned us, their fortune will come to them. The crowd begins to bubble up once more, with more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with questions thrown your way in quick succession. Mr. Zack says, "How are we supposed to survive out here?" "Is help coming?" says Quilcy. "What about our pay?" "Will we still be paid?" says Grips. "We'll have to rely on each other out here. I've said my piece on this. Get on with your work. We'll have to rely on each other out here. Our immediate priority is to wait it out until either we are freed from the pack or help arrives. Is to find additional food. Current supplies will only take us so far, trapped in this ice. To prepare ourselves for land navigation. This ship is an unreliable place to remain. That's true. We need food. Food is going to be a major problem here. The ship is unreliable, though. God, that's a tough choice. I don't give a schnickles about this one. Free from the pack, but the food is obvious. Current supplies will only take us so far. Trap. Spare ourselves for land navigation. The ship is an unreliable place to remain. That is true. We need to instantly get ready. The ship's stuck on the ice, but we need food. Land first. Land, then food. Spare ourselves for land navigation. The ship is an unreliable place to remain. I know this isn't what we signed up for. Ask for reports. You know where to find me. Ask for reports. No, this isn't what we signed up for. God knows this isn't what we signed up for. That's not what I exactly said, but we'll go with it. Stick with me and I'll see us through. Stick with me and I'll see us through. What of the lost, Captain? Memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Again, we just said that they did not die. See what I mean? The lines, it's almost like they're like, oh yeah, we're going to let you have the choice of saying what you want here. And then over here, they were supposed to have another line that interconnected with that choice. But instead, they just go along with the choice that you didn't pick in the next one. Those lost are no longer here. For now, we must worry about ourselves. Memorial service will be held once we make land. Memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Those are lost are no longer here. For now, we must worry about ourselves. It's true. We need to worry about ourselves, and that is a different priority. Yeah. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He glares at you. Don't ever undermine me like that again. I told you, I won't lie to them. That's true. We did tell him. I told you I won't lie to them. We can't be honest with each other. What chance do we have? I hope you're right, said Templeton. He looks up at you. Your new hat suits you. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Negative 10C, guys. A negative 10C, even at that, proof liquor, which is like Irish cream, you know, really low proof liquors, those things would be able to freeze. High liquor like whiskey is not going to freeze at -10 Celsius. Just another real big oversight in the game, but whatever. Shaw! Or should I say, Captain Shaw? That's Hunt. He didn't seem the type to just leave his crew behind. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle as well. Do you have any experience leading expeditions? It's important that I find out here. I've never captained a vessel, if that's what you mean. But the navigator has just as much responsibility to lead. In that sense, I have plenty. Good. Let's go check on the dogs. I suppose congratulations are in order. I would hope you're prepared for the task at hand, Captain Shaw. Don't worry, I understand the responsibility. Why did you abstain during the voting? Did you see Hunt last night? It is interesting that she did abstain from that. Why did you abstain? I'm not a member of this crew. It did not seem right for me to weigh in on the matter. You know, it's funny. We helped her stay on the boat with her dogs, and we went out of line to say that we didn't want her on there, and the captain kept her on there. And then, when we became captain, and we tried to work with her, then she didn't vote for us. We should have kicked her off to begin with. No, I'm just kidding. Let's pet the dogs. Oh, doggy. Yeah, little guy. All right, let's come on out here. Let's go down. Check what we've got down below. Oh. All right, so a little bit of food here. Come in here. Grab a little bit of that. Lift a crate. Go in here. Feed the Hooshin. The Hoosh-Pooshin. Crate of tin food. Put that in there. Turn. Pump. Flood water out of the ship's cabin. Cures tree. Okay. So definitely put a few people. Loyal to Junior. That's good. So sailor. So we definitely get this guy in here. Get them rocking. Confirm orders. Didn't we just put 3 in here? I thought I just put 3. What the frick, man? What in the hell? So now we can't even... We've got 6 people in here, but it just said 3. I don't understand. Okay, well, alright then. Let's go down here. Oh, here's another room. The red room. I wonder what's in there. It just looks like alcohol. Guess a drinking kind of room or something. Very cold down here. Let's grab some more. Sack of coal. Okay. Why the heck do they not have this thing going? Let's talk to him. Captain, now, are ye? As long as ye aren't in my way any more than Hunt was, I'm happy. Why did you abstain during the vote? Job needs doing. Whether it's you or Hunt doing it, I don't care. As long as we aren't freezing to death, that's all that matters to me. Alright. Keep her lit, Captain. Let's feed the furnace here. Alright. We can add a little bit here. There's nothing in this furnace, so let's add 6 in there and heat this puppy up. Okay, that's good. Feed the furnace. Scouts, okay. Engineers. I don't think we can get any more. We can't get people to feed the furnace. That would be really helpful. To have somebody actually working on it. Alright, so let's leave here. It's negative 10 C's. I don't really understand how right outside the room it's cold, but I guess that's how it is. We can come in here. In here, we can actually get people to feed it, I guess. So engineers, we'll get them to get the sack of coal. There we go. Getting them to work. They'll be doing that whole part. So we'll come back on up here. And crew need fed for a week. Yep, I get that, you know. Grab another one of these. We can do a few people in here. So scientist, specialist seem to be doing stuff. I don't know, let's take one of the scouts, I guess. I mean, maybe just one. Scientist landborn. On gathering supplies, you can assign an amount to instantly give. Of course, we have 6 people. I wish we could figure out how to undo them. And since these guys are, like, stuck doing that. Alright. Not for certain what's going on there, but we'll come upstairs. Upstairs again. Let's go in here. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now, and you must carry that authority instantly. It's best that we carry out the daily routine as normal. Show that you're capable in the role. We should take the day's request immediately before seeing to our resources. You saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time you take up that mantle. Oh, thank you, Templeton. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise, given the circumstance. Take them as you may, Captain. Okay. Let's talk to Kurt first. Captain, I brought the kennel master with me. This is something you will both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is, says Cordell. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. And the idea of the Temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain, we'll be living off it for quite some time. Well, that's exactly what I said in the speech. I said we need to make sure that we get off of the boat because we can't stand on it. That's exactly what I said. So you suggesting we live off the ice? Like what I said in the speech? I'm not suggesting it. I'm pointing out a necessity. Dog studs will need to be exercised regularly. And there's no better way than to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky, despite the circumstances. Now is the peak time for hunting and navigation. Templeton and navigation. Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. We're not surviving out there. We need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not as set to last forever, either. Yeah, that's probably true. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs will ensure their survival. Cordell exits. The same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Okay. Hammond, saving that boiler was the only start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of that bloody ship? Good God. Certainly seen better days. Shut up, Templeton. I'm in the meeting, okay? Shishy. She's bleeding out in the lower decks. I believe the older Stoke is attempting to rectify that. Templeton, shush it! We need day stockpile as much food as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, Templeton, we die. Templeton, good God, if you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna come over there and put a damn sock in your mouth now. Not talk here. Aye, says Hammond. Get me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. You know what, Templeton? Sometimes it'd be nice if you shut the hell up when somebody's in here. I'm the captain. Shishy. Now continue telling me what you were saying. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. All right, Junior, get in here. Sure. The ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? Looks, quite scary indeed. I must say so, myself. Oh, goodness. It would seem that way, yes. Templeton, what? Shh. Talking to you. Crew seems to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never be freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, okay, I guess you're just gonna keep talking, Templeton. I thought this was my meeting, but you take it away, goddamn son of a bitch. I'm not, they are, said Junior. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free this ship, said Templeton. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Ah, maybe. They're scared, though. Worried. Really worried. I just want to feel like they tried something, you know, and I want to give them that. We'll raise spirits, it's worth the attempt. Templeton's right. We cannot waste crew on a pointless task. It's true. The boat's not going to budge, Junior. Not right now. We've got ice that's totally on both sides. We've got plenty of opportunities to do other things. Templeton's right. Cannot waste the crew. Loyalty is back up with Templeton. After losing some because he wanted to lie to the crew, now he's giving me loyalty back. That son of scratching and quacking. Best not to sell false hope. -6 on the decorum. It only leads to more disappointment in the future, said Templeton. I'll see you for dinner, Captain. Don't forget, the hush pot needs fed. I'll see you for dinner. You're the cook. Why the hell would I be feeding your hush pot? Get the hell out of here, Junior. Tell you, these people, I tell you, Templeton, they need to go to hell. For dinner, you should see just sending out the first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We still have wounded from the night of... Will still have wounded from the night of Aura. Their wounds still need to be attended to before they're fit to work. I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid to assign my team of manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. Okay. So we've got -3 there. Looks like the same on each one here. Assigned to instantly reveal the map. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then there's something right there. We need a 3-man group here. Scientists, definitely gonna send them out. They can get off their hind end and get going. There we go. Everybody's doing a job. Get going. heck? I don't know what's going on here. 1+ fish. Did it send the scientists? I have absolutely no idea. Do I need a 4th person? Okay, apparently I don't have a 4th person. Wow, that sucks. So there's something. We can't use the scientist for that. I don't understand. So assign any amount of people to gain that many animal resource items at the end of the week. Okay, so I done one. It won't let me do it. Okay, so not understanding. Let's go over here and look. I can't believe Hunt is gone. What happened? There's 2 John. Who knows? He was drunk, whatever he was thinking. He definitely wasn't in his right mind. And what about Smurf? Or Corvid and Joe? Who knows? Says Cavity. Corvid owes me 5 gilst. I don't think you'll be seeing it soon. Alright, dog. You guys are great for now, but things go to worse, you're gonna be the new chicken. You did seem familiar, Alf. I finally placed you. You have? Have you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Sorin Kilber. You were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the summer games. I recall you placed. I don't recall winning. Let's go downstairs here. Check on the doctor. You enter the ship's infirmary with a wonderful-looking doctor who seems to be so pleasantly happy. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside, the rattle of dropped forceps ringing through the room. Nervous doctor. The one that you really want doing some really deep surgery. Yes. Oh, goodness, it's you. Captain, is it? You're the doctor, I take it. You seem irritable. Captain Robin Shaw. It's good to meet you. It's good to meet you. Dr. Arthur, Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley. That's it. It's good to meet you, Arthur. Are you having a spot of bother, Nutley? Clutch your thoughts. It's no good having a physician who cannot compose himself. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Oh, he took -20 loyalty because I said for him to compose himself? Good God, Gabe. What a frickin' sensitive soul this one is. Can't even tell the guy to relax. I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It is normal. Recent circumstances have been trying, and at the inclination toward seasickness, it's no help. Seasickness? We're not moving. Don't you guys get what I mean by this game makes no sense? This boat is stuck completely in ice. Means that nothing's moving. It's like we are literally on land. This guy's talking about being seasick with a boat stuck in ice, not being able to move. Again, the writers just did not talk to him. Higgs, the steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. Oh, and if you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain. Whoa, wait a moment. You're telling me that this guy got burned 2 weeks ago? Or like a week ago and the doctor hasn't looked at him yet? They'll pull through. This crew is a tough one. Do you have any experience with something like this? Yeah, I guess that's the question. Well, I've read extensively on the matter. Okay, we got another -5 loyalty. What am I supposed to say to this guy? As far as my first-hand experience goes, well, no, this is my first encounter. At this point, all we can do is wait. Nutley lets out a nervous laugh or cough. Captain Hunt, do you think he may still be out there? Oh my gosh, I'm afraid to reply. I mean, whatever I seem to say to this guy, we lose loyalty. Even if he is, he left us to die. That's no captain. Do you know Hunt well? There's a chance. Yeah. First of all, you wouldn't leave your crew without telling them what you were doing. And as we recall, he sat drunk in a tub. Of course. He didn't seem the type to just abandon his crew. Really? He was in a tub drinking whiskey, drunk, and deciding not to do anything, and all hell broke loose. Apologies, I'm rambling, says Nutley. I suppose you'd want an update on the crew. They seem to be faring well, all things considered. Report would be nice. Have you had the time to look at them? Yeah, have you had the time? Time enough. Mostly scrapes and scuffs, and as for the dogs, you better asking. Well, the kennel master. You mean Cordell? That's fine. I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. You mean Cordell? Yes, Cordell. I haven't taken well to the dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people, and animals are more quick to judge. And Cordell herself is harsher still. Yes, she's quite a bogus one. But you can rely on me for any human medical issues. Nutley pauses for a moment. Is everything good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us? I won't lie. I'm in a difficult situation here. I'm going to need your help. Be honest with him. And you can count on my help. Nutley keeps his head low. Is there anything else I can do for the crew? Ask scientists to cook up medical comforts. Use the medical comforts to instantly cure all crew in the med bay. That's true. We need more medical comfort, so definitely get on that, okay? Get them on that whole thing and get the gisty punky. Yes. If you can give me these, I can get the crew back to their feet. Is there anything else I could do for the crew? Use the medicals instantly cure. I'll need you to assign the crew to the med bay. Anything else I can do? No. Med bay is good. Get the hell out of here. Alright. Go back to my room. Nothing in here. Okay. Nothing on this side. Nothing up there. Best to make use of the kitchen while we can. Feed the hooshie. Medical comforts. Alright, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to grab here. Grab that. Maybe that. We need somebody in here. Good God. Where's the kennel woman? All she does is just sit in her kennel? Apparently so. Alright, well, whatever. If they want food, I'm sure they'll go and get food. There's people in here, okay. Drop that one out. Let's talk to this guy right here. Crew have their meal. Shall we give a toast to our new captain? Hear ye, hear ye. He's Harry Berry. Crew return to their posts. Hammocks run full in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Evening, Shaw. Proud of what I've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations. Though I do wish I had something better to work with. I'd kill for a good beef steak. You do excellent work, Junior. You have a knack for this. You do. You are absolutely amazing. I've been told. Hunt would say he wouldn't eat a bite that wasn't prepared by me anymore. I should hit the hay. Oh, well, hammock. I guess there's hay in there. So tired. You'll get used to it, lad. I should have dropped you off a long time ago. Your dad's an idiot for bringing you along. Stupid. Stupid. Stupid mother. Dar is far too much work. Thought you'd wanted the work. If I can do it with one arm, you can do it. You're always saying that, Dar. See? He brought a child who literally doesn't want to work. Yorick the Third. You're a tall one, aren't you? Oh, thank you for noticing. Been this big since I was 15. You ever considered doing films? You have the stature for it. Oh, I can't act. Acting isn't part of it. You stand there, you cut a nice silhouette, and you'd be a star. That sounds awful easy, doesn't it? It can be. I'm on down here. Good evening, Captain. What the hell you doing in here, Kasha? I was growing used to sleeping on a moving ship before we became trapped in the ice. See what I mean? Moving ship. She's talking about how it's not moving, and yet the doctor is apparently talking about how he's sick. Doesn't make any sense. Now I think I won't have a good night's sleep until we return to land. I think that's something we can all look forward to. This is Sailor's life. You know what you signed up for. You'll grow used to it. I think that's something we can all look forward to. I agree. Good motivation, then. I know a hot bath and warm bed are the first order of business when we return to land. I don't even think people took hot baths. You know what? I really wonder. Let's find out. When did people start taking hot baths? Hot baths. Let's see here. It says, in the 1900s, my grandma lived in a house without running water. We would visit her. Then after dinner, this would appear in the kitchen. Buckets of cold well water would be dumped into it while the kettle boiled on the stove. One kettle per that much cold water seemed to be about right. Okay. So they either heated kettles of water and poured them into the hot tub by hand, or they fired up a predecessor. But when did they first have the first ones, I wonder? So let's see here. Cauldron water, strip wash. So cold water ran into the tub or toilet by gravity. The hot water was piped from hot water heater attached to the kitchen range, and constant supply of hot water was available when the range was in use. It was forced through lead pipes by steam. There were also plumbed sinks in the kitchen and china pantry. And this is, I would guess, very high, respectable people would get this. Cash says, I may stay bundled up for several days. Truly savor it. Okay, so let's come down here. We can't grab the coal. Let's go back in here. Bloody cold, isn't it, Captain? Don't know how you spend your time away from the furnace. Grow up used to it. You're used to the warmth of the furnace, I take it. It would be even colder without your hard work, Hammond. You're doing a good job. I know. Are you just gonna keep standing there or give us something to burn? Feed the furnace. There we go. We got engineers working all day. Let's go on upstairs. Okay, so we can go down or up. Down. Maybe something we can do down here? Should hit the hay, okay. Crew need fed for a week. Can't go in there. I think that's it. I think he's good at his whole point. It's about -10. We've got that whole thing. We can go up. Apparently there's something in here. Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs. Yes, how are they faring? Actually, I was checking on you. You're on with the rest of the crew. Could they be ill? Actually, I was checking on you. Yeah. Of course I'm not. Do you often expect others to leave their post? This is a kennel corridor. I understand you did not expect this role, but you are the captain. Regardless, show that you understand a sense of duty. Most unlikable character on the boat. Captain Sean, you recall my condition with Hunt. Do you not? I may need reminding. It has been some time. My demand was that I work here with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. While you're on this boat, it's your responsibility, Cordo. Times have changed. Get your act together. I'm holding up my promise with Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew. That dog doesn't have a... How long have you been raising dogs? What the heck? We just allow her to not join the crew during a point that the whole entire boat has crashed? Oh, this game makes no sense. So this person is not going to help our crew because she decided that the person that abandoned us, that I became captain, that she had some sort of deal that was verbal with that former captain who abandoned the ship, so she doesn't feel she needs to help. What an entitled brat. How long have you been raising dogs? I guess, whatever. A long time, Shaw. I've raised the pack since they were not but pups and a generation before them. She goes quiet for a moment, petting the dog, collecting her thoughts. I wasn't exactly in the financial position to pass on hunts, but I had no intention on leaving all of them out here without me. Okay, that dog, does it have a name? This is Stanberry. Bark! Forget last. You're next, Captain. If I get lost in the ice, you're the next Captain, Stanberry. Okay, I guess we'll tell her that. Woof! Cordo smiles, confused. Animal looks at you, gives Stanberry Captain's hat. They become excited. -5 loyalty and the Captain's hat. Stanberry, okay. So apparently I lost loyalty to somebody who's not in the room because I put the hat on the dog. It's a very strange game. It doesn't make any sense at all, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna come out here. Go in here. And I think that that's it. There's nothing else that I see us to be able to do. I guess we could look. There is something below, it looks like. Here. Grimly. Do you need me for something? I simply wanted to learn more of you. You served with a captain for quite some time. Tell me about him. The crew seemed to like you. I wondered if you had any advice staying on their good side. Junior's better with people. I don't know. Be good to them. That's all it takes. Wow, look at all that advice. Good God, that was so much. Okay, so he really gave us stuff. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to do there. Up. Okay, so again, it tells us to go down, but yet there's nothing to click. We can't click him. We can't click him. We can click this here. I guess we can put that. I don't know if I was supposed to do that or what, but I have no idea what to do. Doesn't say to go up. It just says that there's something on this level. Enter Kurt's room. Oh, here it is. Evening, Shaw. Cold one, isn't it? I used to think I was growing used to the cold, but as the years have gone on, the ailment have only grown harsher on the body. As we expected, Kurt, you're getting old. Imagine this is harsher area than you've ever faced. You'd be surprised, Captain. To tell you of a few bad scrapes in my time. I'm flattered, but I really ought to be getting some rest, Shaw. Okay, so we're gonna go back down again. Yep, I don't know what else to do. Guess we're gonna push E. Okay, so starvation is if we pop it into here. Crewmen will be cured of their malnourishment. Crewmen will be cured. So food rations here. I don't know what the... So we can keep it right about there. That keeps us somewhat just above problems. Let's confirm that. The dogs are rested and will be sent out another week on the ice. The ship holds barely. Boom shakalaka, guys. Week 5. 2 weeks on the Temperance Camp. Okay, so we should be saved. Save game to tree. This sounds great, and I think that this will be a perfect spot for us to finish on. So there's a lot going on here. Oh goodness, lots going on. I don't even know what to think quite about it. A lot of the story doesn't make any sense, but it's nice. It's a really diverse group of characters. It's oddly placed in some of the things, and you know, some of it I'm just like, what's going on here? It's a little weird, but I like it. I think it's pretty good. We'll have to see where it goes from here. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I can't wait to see the next one. So you guys have a great one. Bye-bye.